What's poppin'?
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Beta. I deliver content on HR, on my segment of HR Speak. I also deliver content on interior design on my segment of Design Life. So yeah, I know it's been a while since I posted a video and especially one on HR Speak. But here I am. So if you're new here, please remember to subscribe. And if you're watching this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you have any questions, if you just have anything to add on the topic, and please share the videos with your friends. Maybe someone might be helped by it. So yes, today I decided to do a topic because a fan actually gave me a call and asked me a question. And the question was around career stagnation. And she just talked about how she was feeling stuck in the job that she was doing. And so she said, could you do a video on, career stagnation and maybe how to deal with that? And so I said, instead of boring you with so many things, let me first do signs of stagnation in your career, maybe causes, and then I can do another video on just how to tackle that or how to deal with the same. Yeah, so today I'll be talking about career stagnation and I'll try to relate it as much as possible to the things to real life situations, places I've worked. Have I felt that way myself? Have you felt that way yourself? Probably yes. It's something that happens. It's just that some are, you know, very serious, and then some maybe you felt it for a while, and then somehow you're able to pick yourself up. So let's start. First, what is career stagnation? I think my definition of career stagnation is just when you feel that you no longer you're no longer excited to go to work anymore. You're no longer excited to do that thing that you used to do anymore. You just lack the morale. You're no longer engaged. You're just feeling, like it's every day you're moving. You're just going to work because there's a pay. Like you're just not motivated to do that job. And maybe that's why you feel, yeah, like I'm stuck. Like I don't know how to move forward with this. And when I look at stagnation, there are of course signs that can already tell you that you're actually in a fix in terms of your career. And what are some of those signs? And what could be causing you to maybe stagnate in your career? So one of the things that maybe the person that I've actually spoken to two with a similar problem or similar feeling, maybe not the same because the circumstances were a bit different. One is in a job where, like they are highly paid, but they're just not feeling the job. They're not feeling fully utilized. They're not feeling like their skills are being used. They're not feeling like there's competition, there's challenge in this job. And then there's someone else who is in a job that they've been in for a long time. And, things are not just happening for them, they've been stuck there for quite a long time. So there's a difference. This person is in a job where, they took a managerial post. What was sold to them was very big, it was good. And then they got there and realized they're only competing against themselves. And so they're feeling, do I need to stay in this organization or is it time for me to move? Or what do I do so that, the job becomes exciting? I have also remembered another scenario. Um, Maybe it's not even the sign of stagnation, but also sometimes the organizations, not sometimes, but most of the time, the organization really plays a part in someone getting, to feel the way they feel, when they're stagnated or stuck. One time, I remember we were doing a culture change project, And so we were collecting information, the first steps, talking to employees and all that. So we spoke to one of the employees, and this is what they told us. She was very frustrated. She was too frustrated. I felt it. And what she said to us is, when I came to this organization, I was so excited. I wrote my 100-day plan, everything that I was going to achieve in 100 days. I sent it to my supervisor. And we were speaking now like 7 years down the line, and she had never gotten a response. Just imagine that. And at this point is when she was so frustrated. She was, it's like she retreated to a corner and said, okay. So she started doing what she could do because, we've already moved jobs. And she said, maybe it will change. Maybe it will change. The line manager left at some point, maybe after like a year or two. Then she kept on and she kept on. And she became one of the the people you find in the organization, because I found her there and I knew these are one of the long among the long serving employees. And so when she was talking about what she's gone through, because I could tell this was someone who was very bitter with what the organization had done to them, like you could see, like you wish something was done, even like the organization could have done something. But I think also she stopped at that point where when she didn't get a response, or when she shouted and no one really listened, she opted to just, go on with the work, whatever she's told to do, and then she shut up. And then this was the time that she was, speaking about it. And when I look at it, is that, and when I'll be speaking about the things you need to do when you get to that point, maybe she should have done that earlier. But this person, went to another organization. And can I tell you that she's a shining star? Like in this job that she was in, she struggled. It looked like that department or that role, because it was a very special role, it looked like it wasn't performing in this organization. She took a similar role in another organization, and she's a star. Like I see her, I don't even know if she knows, like I see what she does. I see her organizing webinars. Like in 2020, she was very, she was the one leading webinars and all that for her organization, and she was doing so well. And so it can be just taking the wrong job. The job is sold in a way, or finding a line manager that just doesn't guide you well, or just doesn't listen to you well, that can lead you, a career that was so promising to become very, not interesting. And so you get stuck, not because of yourself, but because of how, the structures of the organizations are, how performance is being measured, how feedback is being given, and how, how are complaints being handled, the mechanisms that in place so that people can bring these things up. And if those ones are not there, then it can be bad. So another thing is that we also used to call people, there are some people who used to say, I'm office furniture now. Like I've been here for so long. I am part of the asset of this organization. Like if you're counting the seats, the computers, the servers, then count me as well, because I've been here for quite a long time. So that person is just feeling that they've just been there, they've gotten comfortable. So when you start getting comfortable in a place, you need to be very careful, because it could be a start of a stagnation, and you need to act very fast. And so, if you want to identify if you're stuck in a job, first thing, I know you talk about Monday blues a lot. Everyone who is working, and you have to go to work on a Monday, you sort of say, oh, the weekend is over and I'm feeling this type of way, like I don't want to wake up on Monday. But if you're stagnated or if you're stuck, it's just not Monday blues. It's Tuesday blues, Wednesday blues, Friday blues. Like you're never ever in the mood to go to work. Like you're just feeling like every time you think of work, you feel like, oh my God, I'd rather die. Like it's just that, can I just sleep? Like you have no psych at all to go to the office. Another sign is that when you get to the office, you're totally bored, like you're just there, like you don't know what people are excited about in the office. People are talking about things, but you're just there and you're just feeling, oh my God, like can the day end? Like you're just looking forward to the day ending and leaving the office and going to another day. And sometimes you feel like you just can't go. The only thing maybe that's pushing you, maybe it's your bills. And when you get to a point where the only reason you work is for the bills, yeah, then you might start thinking about making a change. So, another way to identify or to another sign that you are stuck or stagnating in your career is that there are no opportunities for growth, regardless of how you look at it, either in that organization. One of the people I spoke to there had been in an organization for so long. And it's like you've gotten to a place where there's like you can't see where else to go. And then it doesn't help to be in a country where there are no, there are not many jobs forthcoming. So you're looking for jobs, yes, but you haven't been able to find one. But also where you are not able to move. Like you can't see what else can I do in this organization. There is no growth. So you're feeling like this is the end of you. You don't know where to go next. You're just frustrated. Another thing that happens is that if you're doing performance management in your organization, you realize that you're just barely just meeting expectations. When you find yourself like you have no morale to exceed expectations, like you're just doing your job and you're just at the point of, oh, you've met your expectations. Yeah, that's it. Like you're just barely surviving uh, in your, in your job just to keep I think I've talked about three. The fourth sign is where then like you're not getting promoted. So there are no promotions. So when you've reached a point where in your job you've gone without promotions for quite a bit of time, and sometimes that would translate also to no pay increments, then that's already a sign that you're stuck. And most people will feel, I mean, I've been here for a while, nothing is changing in my career, I'm either in the same position. When I look ahead, I can't see which other position I'll be promoted to, maybe in this organization. Maybe your manager doesn't look like someone who is moving anytime soon. So you're just feeling like, yeah, I'm really stuck. So if you're not getting any promotions, if you're not getting any pay increments, then that would be an indication or a sign that you're actually stagnating in your career. Then, just like one of the people told me, yes, I got this job. It was an exciting job. It was in a really good organization. But when she stepped in, she realized, oh, it's not what I thought. For her, it's the challenge that she was feeling like she's being de-skilled. You can be de-skilled, like you're very skilled and everything, but if those skills are not being put to use, sometimes you can feel like you're going backwards. So she was saying, just looking around, people are not people in the organization. It's not a very big organization because it is a branch. It's sort of yeah, it's like a branch in Kenya. So there are not many people. So the people there, she was telling me, they're much older. They're not looking to either, upskill themselves in terms of going to school. So there's like when you can get comfortable, like in the sense of you can think you're very good because you're amongst the people that you're working with, you look like you're the better person. And so she was feeling that if she stays there longer, then she's definitely going backwards. And for her, that's why she was feeling stagnated or stuck in that specific role and that specific organization. Another thing she mentioned is that they have low seasons, like long periods, like 4 months that it's low season. And at that point is when she was feeling, oh my God, like, what do I do? And we'll discuss what you can do now in the next video of how to, deal with stagnation, or how to, deal with just being stuck in a job. Another thing is that you feel that your job is, another sign is that now you're feeling your job is too easy, or sometimes it's too hard, you know. like you've been in a role, like you know everything. If it's a specialist role, like you are so good at it, like you have nothing else to add onto it. And that can be something like that can be a stagnation, because that's all you know. Like you need more challenge to be able also to challenge yourself to do more. Or the job can become increasingly hard. Why is it becoming increasingly hard? It's because you're no longer feeling it, so even doing it takes you so much effort. So you need to look out for such signs as a job being too easy or too hard. Another thing is that you may find yourself that when maybe you started in an organization, people sought your advice a lot. Like you were in meetings, like you're even in management meetings, and you're just no longer being invited to those meetings. And you begin to ask yourself, like, what's going on? That's already a sign. Maybe at that point, because you're so demotivated, you don't even care, but it's a sign that something is actually, there's a shift, there's a shift in your career. And then you might find yourself actually arguing a lot, even with your manager. You've gotten to a point where you just feel frustrated. Frustrated is a word. Like you're just, you feel like you're giving in a lot, but there's nothing that's coming out of it. And so you end up even, getting into arguments, not just even with your line manager, but even people around you, because you feel like they don't understand. So it's like every day you're in a fighting mood. And sometimes it can be you just keep to yourself, like you keep quiet. Like even if someone says something that could offend you, like you have no energy to even, say something back. Or if something is being done wrong and you're the specialist in the area, like you just feel like it's not your battle. Like why should I correct it? Like what is in for me? They don't even appreciate what I'm already doing. So why would I bother to correct it? So when you find yourself, you've gotten to that point where you just don't care, or you're just frustrated, like everything just triggers you, then maybe it's time for you to think, because you're stuck somewhere. And there's another sign that you feel like there's nothing more left to learn. There's no scope for you to learn anything. When you look at that job, when you look at that organization, because sometimes it could be a problem with the structures of the organizations and everything. When you look at it, you can't see what else you can learn in that organization. And that is a sign. It's a sign that your career is not moving towards the direction that you may have wanted it to move. I mean, there are very many other signs that you're stuck in a career, or you're stagnating. And I may not talk about all of them now, but those are the ones you can quickly, see. Another one is that, and it's for this person because they even worked with them at some point, is that people come into the organization, they get promoted. It's like they're leaving you there. You're just seeing people come, their salaries, maybe even they come with lower salaries. Within a short time, they've been promoted, their pay has become higher, they've been promoted again, and then maybe they leave the organization. And if you keep contact with such people, you can see their lives are changing in terms of their career, in terms of how they're developing. So that can be a sign even for you. It can be very frustrating. Another thing is that, let's say even you're able to move within jobs, even within other organizations, you just find yourself, if you are, let me use an example of an HR officer, you find yourself the only other job you can get, or the jobs that you're getting within even a span of years, it's HR officer. And you ask yourself, why can't I get myself into a role as an HR advisor, as a supervisor, as a manager, as a maybe business partner? Like you're just stuck in maybe an HR assistant or a finance assistant. Like you're never moving to an accountant or financial accountant or something. Like you're just finding yourself, every organization you go to, or the interviews that you're doing and that you're acing, is at the same level. So you need to ask yourself, you need to look out for those signs, and those are some of the signs that will tell you something is not happening in your career and a change needs to happen in your career. And I will do the next video just to say what are some of the things that you can do when you start seeing these signs, when you start feeling that I need a change, I need to, something is going wrong, and you don't want it to go further than this. So look out for my next video. Please remember to subscribe. Remember to ask me any questions, any comments, any additional things you feel that someone can do to get themselves out. And if you've been in this position before, then you can also tell us what you did to get out of it. Thank you so much. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And please remember to subscribe, to like the video, and to share it with your friends. Thank you, and kwaheri.
What's poppin'?